everybody, and welcome back to Let's Be Saints Awakened. I'm Cecilia Watson. I'm here with Andrew Birkin, and I'm going to give Andrew the honors of introducing our guest for today. Andrew?
Thanks. I feel like I always have the honors of introducing the guests. So today we have a friend of mine. We've been friends for a little bit, Enoch Hebert. So, Enoch, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Enoch Hebert, as Andrew told y'all, and I'm 19 years old. I was homeschooled. Grew up in a really good family. I have 5 brothers, 1 sister. Really blessed to be able to be raised in that family. And now I'm in sales, trying to learn business, and just going from there.
Sweet. I didn't know you had a sister.
You didn't know that?
I know you had 5 brothers.
So you're gonna learn a lot about me.
Great.
In the next hour.
Awesome.
Good.
So I remember when we started the podcast back in the day, I had a whole list of people that I knew came to my mind who I wanted to have on it. And you were on there, like at the start. And it wasn't until this past summer I was in Florida and I reached out to my sister, Catherine, because Catherine is close with Gianna Hannon. And I said, what do we need to do to get Enoch on? Like, do we think this is a good idea? You know, how's it going to work? And then Catherine said, yeah, actually, Enoch had already told Gianna that he would love to be on the podcast. So I was like, okay, well, that's convenient because we
made our job easier.
We wanted to have him anyways. So thank you for taking the time this morning to come record with us. I guess we could start off. You said that you're in sales. How did you get there? Like, just go the whole roundabout way. How did you get there?
Whole roundabout way from birth.
Yeah, if you want to, man.
No, I'll just give you all the past 2 years. A lot of stuff happened the past 2 years that's really shifted my life in a whole different direction than I would have thought. So I'd say, I lose track of time. You know, I'm so young, but
No joke.
I say it was almost 2 years ago. I just remember, like, I was graduating high school. I was getting ready to graduate, and I was like, well, what am I going to do with my life? And my parents, they always wanted me to go to college. I always thought I was going to be, you know, an engineer or something like my dad. You know, growing up, like, your dad's your hero. You want to be just like him. You want to do what he does.
Yeah.
But I was just so set on that for so long. And then as I started to get closer to it, I'm like, is this really what I want to do? Or is this what I feel like I should do because of the people around me? And I got to thinking about it and really diving into what does Enoch want to do? Because at the end of the day, I shouldn't be doing something for someone else, you know, other than Jesus, but I should be doing it for what really drives me and what really fulfills me. And I started looking into different things. I was actually going to Sewella at the time, and
I remember.
I'd see you there, and I liked it. It was fun. It was great to get some college experience in my last year of high school, and I was doing dual enrollment. But I was like realizing I don't know if this is the path I want to go down, just the traditional path of going to college. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, for me, I wasn't going to keep doing that if I didn't know what I wanted to do afterwards.
Yeah.
It would have seemed like a waste of time, a waste of money. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. So I actually, and I don't know if y'all knew this, but I started getting into day trading. Which, do y'all know anything about day trading?
A little.
Okay.
I don't.
Not much.
Pretty much, you sit at a monitor for hours and you study the stock market and things like that. And I got really deep into that. And I was waking up at like 3 or 4 a.m. to study that while I was doing landscaping, while also going to dual enrollment at Sewella.
Wow, yeah.
So it was crazy. But I really did enjoy it. I like having a tight schedule. But I was doing that day trading, and I was studying as hard as I could. That's where I really learned how to commit to something for a long time. My whole life, and you can ask my parents, like, I would just get obsessed with one thing, like just little things like Rubik's Cubes or just small things like that. I fall in love with it for a month, and then I just go to the next thing. And so I always had this struggle of like, what am I going to do when I like have to go into the work field? Like, how am I going to deal with that if I'm just going to like, go work this job and then change my mind and go do something else? Like, it's not going to work like that.
Yeah.
And so I just forced myself to study day trading and to get the best I could at it. Eventually, I got funded by a brokerage, which really isn't that big of a deal, but it does take a little bit to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately after I got funded, I blew the account, which is very easy to do as well. You lose a couple grand and the account's gone. But that was about 6 months of me doing that. Not waking up at 4 a.m. I eventually started waking up a little later, like 5 a.m. because that's really tough to keep up. But yeah, as I was doing all that, I was just 100% committed. I was like, I'm going to be successful at this no matter what. But then I started to realize it really wasn't fulfilling me. Mm-hmm. And I think it was really important that I dove in so deep onto that, because I would have never learned that this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. And I just realized I need to have some type of relationship. I need to have, like, as far as work goes, I need to be able to talk to another human being. There needs to be some way for me to serve God and serve people. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's 2 greatest commandments.
Yeah.
So it's like, we should be doing it. We should do something that we can fulfill those commandments with. And I couldn't see it in day trading. Like, sitting at a monitor, how am I serving God? How am I serving anybody else? It's just, I'm trying to make money for me. And at the end of the day, I couldn't take it anymore. And I realized I wanted to go into business. And my dream is actually to build my own company. That's my dream, and hopefully more than one.
Right.
At least build one or invest in one. Mm-hmm. So I started researching, how do I get into business? Like what's the first step? Most people would assume, go get a business degree, but that might not be the best option sometimes. But what I did was I started researching it, and I ran into this guru, internet guru. I don't know if you'll know who he is. His name's Alex Hormozy, but he's famous for launching gyms.
Interesting.
Yeah, but he's very good. And he was like, if you want to get into business, learn how to sell. So go get a remote sales job, do that on the side. So I started looking at that. I started applying to like job after job, and nobody was really taken because I didn't have any experience. All I'd really ever done was landscaping for like a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And going from landscaping to sales, pretty big jump.
Oh yeah.
But I was just looking for jobs. It was over the summer that was happening. I went to a couple of summer camps, just filling the time, and also growing closer to God at those camps as well.
Good.
It really just takes. I don't know if y'all experienced it, but when you're approaching that senior year of high school, there's a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. Like, people are like, "Hey, what are you going to do after college? Like, what is it?" Mm-hmm. And you're like, "I don't know. Why is everyone asking me this?"
Yeah.
Like, I really don't know.
I think people forget how much can happen in 4 years.
Yes. Yes, a lot can happen in 4 years.
Yeah.
And a lot can happen in a week.
Right.
You can change your mind in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's really tough to be able to decide at such a young age with such little life experience what you want to do.
For sure.
But yeah, I started getting into sales, and that was when I actually received a letter in the mail from Vector Marketing, Cutco. Mm-hmm. And most people are like, okay, this is sketchy. But I'm like, this is exactly what I've been asking for. Mm-hmm. It was like, I think the thing was like $21 base pay, flexible schedules, sales job, no experience required. I'm like, checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So I went to the interview, got the job, and I did that for about a year, actually, approaching a year. And I actually sold those knives to Cecilia's parents.
Yeah. You sure did.
So, yeah, it was a great experience doing that. Just calling people I knew, trying to sell them something, and just learning how to do business. Mm-hmm. And it was also really cool to get around people my age. Like, everyone else who was in the Cutco space was like 18, 19-year-olds who were just like, they're ready to just start life, start business. And the only way you survive in that business is if you're self-motivated. So the people who stuck around were like really good people. They're people you could really learn from. And so I got a ton of mentorship through that. Yeah. And really just all the way up. I mean, it's like there was great people in my city that did it. And then if I go to the state, there's great people in the state. And then we'd have like regional meetings of like 10 different states. Mm-hmm. And we just, talk to like 6-figure earners in that business. Some of them, I'm sure, probably earn more than that as far as other assets. And it was really cool to get into a space like that where it's just like a room of 1,000 18 to 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
Trying to succeed in life and trying to get better.
Wow.
Yeah. So I eventually sold about $88,000 worth of those knives, and made maybe like 30 grand doing that.
Wowza.
Yeah, it's really good money if you hustle, and that's one thing I really like about sales. I always say for sales, you get paid to self-develop. You get paid to get better, and I think that's what's so beautiful about it. Is I just try my best to be the best person I can, and then I go out and talk to people and get paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Get paid just to talk to people and help people like you and things like that. But yeah, I did that for a while. Eventually, I got promoted to assistant manager. I started recruiting and training people, and then I got eventually promoted to district manager, where they gave me a promotion or whatever, and I opened up my own office, got a lease, all that stuff. I started like full-fledged running my own business, and it was crazy. I did that for about a month and a half, and it was really crazy because I didn't make any money in that entire month and a half.
Really?
Yeah. And I had rent, I had everything. So I was just going out of my savings to pay for all that. And during that month and a half, I grew a lot. Like probably that month and a half, I grew more than that entire year because there's so much pressure on me to hire, recruit, and train people. I mean, when you're a 19-year-old and you're hiring 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, other 19-year-olds, and you got like 10 of them under you, you're over here trying to like make sure, they're doing everything right, following the process, calling me when they need help, and just trying to help them get better. And it was actually during that time that I met, I had a guy in my church I call him a mentor. I don't know if he knows that, but he's pretty much a mentor to me, and he's always invited me to go out and do things. He's a business owner as well. And he invited me to this thing called Profit Loss, which is like Christian business owners. And that's actually where I met Ryan Navarre. I introduced myself to him, started talking to him, and I wasn't looking for a job or anything. I was just like, hey, man, like I'm struggling with my leadership role. How can I get better? This is what I'm doing. Like, what's some advice? And, he told me a couple of things, asked him what books he's reading. He gave me a couple of books that I could read from there. And after that, after I asked him all those questions, he's like, hey, whenever you finish up what you're doing there, come and work for me. I was like, okay, perfect. And at that time, I wasn't thinking, I want to quit Cutco. Like, I was like, no, okay, I'm going to keep doing this, at least finish out the summer. And then one day, for some reason, I don't know why, I just drove to the car dealership. Like, I mean, I wanted to go like test drive a Corvette because that's my dream car. But like, I don't know why that day, that time, I went over to that dealership. And it was weird. It was like, I felt a lot of resistance to go there. Like, I actually drove around the block like twice. And then eventually I was like, all right, I'm just going to go and ask them if I can drive it and see what we can do. And so I go in and ask, I'm like, hey, y'all have any Corvettes, at least 2025 Corvettes? They were actually cleaned out. Yeah, it's hard to keep them over there. But, yeah, so they didn't have any. And I was like, man, okay. And then the guy was like, hey, hold on, I'm going to go get my manager. So he goes and grabs his manager. And the manager's like, hey, my name. He told me his name. And he introduced himself. He's like, let's go chat. So we go into his office. We start talking. Turns out it was a whole job interview he was doing with me. He was putting me through personality tests, all this stuff. And he's like, Enoch, Ryan Navarre told me about you. He told me to recruit you. Like before I even went over there. I was like, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. And actually I used Cecilia's parents as leverage because when I was doing Cutco, her parents referred me to Bridget Navarre, Ryan's wife. And when I met Ryan, I was like, dude, I've been trying to get in contact with your wife for 6 months now. I've been calling her every month trying to do a knife demonstration. And yeah, I use that as leverage. For sure.
Well, there you go. Ryan and my dad are buds.
Yeah. Ryan's a great man, and your dad is too. But yeah. So I talked to that dude for a while, the manager over there. Turns out he followed me on Facebook right after I met Ryan and he liked my posts and things like that. I was like, okay, this is crazy how this is aligning. I come back 2 or 3 days later, we interview again with different people, and they're like, dude, we really like you. They asked me what my schedule was. I opened up my laptop, showed them my calendar, and they're like, holy crap, dude. Like from 5 a.m. all the way till like 8 p.m. I was like fully booked on everything every day because I was running my own business and waking up early and everything like that.
Right.
And they're like, man, we don't know any other 19-year-olds who are doing that. And the dude immediately, he was like, let's just go walk around the dealership. And he just stopped asking me questions, and he was like just trying to sell me on the idea of working there. And at that point I was still like, I don't know if I want to like do this. This feels like disloyal to Cutco. Like I just got promoted. I just got my own office, just started running my own business. Like, I don't know. Like this is tough. Come back a couple of days later. And at that point they're like, all right, man, like what's it going to take to get you? Like, what do we have to do?
Begging you.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like, man, I don't know. Like, there's just a couple things. I was like, the lease, I felt terrible about like, just cutting off Cutco like that, especially after everything that's happened and where I've come. Like, at least I should, give it a couple months and finish out the summer.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, man, we get that. But at the same time, like, you're also going to miss out on experience here. I was like, you're right about that too. Plus, if I'm over here thinking, well, I just need to finish out Cutco for 4 more months. Now my heart's not in Cutco. My heart's over here just waiting to do this job. And then now I'm not fully committed to this. So it was like, well, now at this point it's too late. Like I have to do it or else it's not going to work. So I made the jump. They helped guide me through all of that. And now I'm working at Navarre. I've been there for 3 months now. First month was training. And then the last two months, or last month and this month is me trying to sell cars, pretty much. So
that's any hits or
you're
selling?
I sold. I think I don't want to lie, but I think it was 5.5 last month.
Okay,
but I'm not 100% sure. It was 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah.
Which I was hoping to do way better than that.
Yeah. Well,
the goal is 10.
Okay. Starting off.
Yeah, but it's tough to really go from 0 to 10 just like that with no experience in it. I'd never even bought a car before. So when I'm over here, like I'm getting into these people are buying a car from me, and I'm like, y'all know what's next in the process? And they're like, yeah, I think you get our credit application or something like that. And I'm over here like, and for every single step I'm having to ask somebody. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, and they're like, dude, you need to know this stuff. I'm like, I guess I do. I never bought a car before. Like, how am I supposed to know? I got to learn it the hard way. And now when other people come in and they're like, they're just getting started, they're catching on to it so quick. I'm like, man, I had to go the hard way. Like, have y'all bought cars before? Like, yeah, we bought cars before. I was like, okay, that's definitely going to help you. Trust me.
Yeah.
So that's where I am right now. 5.5 last month. I haven't sold any this month yet. Just doing everything I can. It's, up and down. It's waves, but it's good so far.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome. You're like a self-made entrepreneur. Do you think you have like a future with Navarre, or if there's a better opportunity that comes up, you're gonna? No,
I don't want to do that again.
Okay.
No. I think Navarre is really where I need to be. There's over 60 people on that sales floor, and all of them are just absolute killers in sales. Like, you can't survive over there if you can't sell cars,
right?
Especially at that one. And I think it's really healthy to have the competition there, the mentorship. There's so many people. Like, I feel like somebody's pouring into me for an hour every single day over there. I just ask them a question, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, what else you got?" And I just keep asking questions. Like, this is my second notebook to go through since I've been there, just filling up with information. I think it's really where I should be.
Cool.
And I really saw it as like, I already had doubts about Cutco as far as being a manager. I'm like, man, I just committed to something that's supposed to be a 2-year plus position. And I already had doubts about that. And I was like, okay, this has got to give me a door that I can go through. And if I don't take it now, when am I going to take it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, put us on Ryan's radar. Maybe he'll come on the podcast at some point.
Okay.
We'll see. Just throw it out there.
I could see.
Otherwise, we might reach out to him. We've been talking about it. Anyways.
Really? Okay.
We've pondered on it.
We have.
It's cool. Like, it'd be cool to start working your way up the levels.
We're trying to get more known people.
Yeah.
You know. Anyways, in all of that
Mm-hmm.
that you just gave us, how has your spiritual life been? Like, how are you keeping up religion and Christ, and
Yeah.
you said serving God and serving man.
Mm-hmm.
How are you still just keeping that like your centerpiece?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big thing for me, and people see that at the dealership 100%. I'll talk to someone and they're like, "I know you're a man of faith." Like they know it, and I never even told them. They can see that there's a lot of things, and I don't just think it's in the actions that Jesus has shown, but it's also through the inactions.
Mm-hmm.
What are we not doing that everyone else is doing? Cussing is one of them. That's been a big thing over there that I've noticed. Every sentence there's an F word, and it seems like it to me at least, because I grew up sort of sheltered. You know how it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
homeschoolers.
Yeah, a little bit there, but
Yeah.
but in a good way.
Right. In the best ways possible.
Absolutely. So, I don't cuss over there. I don't cuss at all, honestly.
Good.
And that's one big thing. Also, the way I treat people, I tend to get not necessarily taken advantage of, but like they can trick me very easily because I'm just over here. Like they ask me for something, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then it turns out, that wasn't the best thing to do in the moment. I maybe should have asked them more questions about why they're doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like last night, one of the ladies there was like, "Hey, can I have the keys?" And I was about to sell a vehicle, and I gave her the keys, and that was the vehicle that I was supposed to be selling. And I gave her the keys while these people are about to get into the business office. And they're like, "Why'd you just do that?" I'm like, "I don't know. She just asked for it and I gave it to her. I didn't even think about it." They're like, "You probably shouldn't do that anymore." They're like, "You should probably ask more questions." So it's just those small things, maybe a little bit of naiveness as well.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as my spiritual life, I read my Bible every day, praying, and even so, being around so many people, I think it's so much more important for me to get my word every day, because if they're influencing more than Bible is, it's just a matter of time before something happens, before I cave and I start behaving like them, and my heart gets tainted.
Yeah.
So those are a couple of the ways, and also there's a couple other things, like balance is another thing. They're all, I really see life as one thing. I don't see it all as separate things. I don't see personal life, spiritual life, or professional life as separate things. I see them all as one thing. And that's where the idea of balance, I feel like when people say work-life balance and life's about balance, I kind of understand where they're coming from, but I still think the idea of balance is a little bit maybe inaccurate in the way we're using it. I actually have the definition right here. I wrote it down just in case I was looking at it wrong.
Perfect.
But balance is an even distribution of weight, enabling someone or something to remain upright and steady. So if you think about it, if we're supposed to have work-life balance, it's supposed to be an even distribution of probably our time. Well, if we're supposed to have an even distribution of work-life balance, now we're supposed to have 8 hours at work, 8 hours with the family, 8 hours with God.
Yeah.
Is that ever going to happen? Probably not. And so I just feel like the idea of balance in that sense, at least in a literal sense, can be difficult. But I believe in being present and integrating that, because if you can take your religious life into your work life, well, that's what we're supposed to be doing anyway.
Right.
If you can take your personal life into your work life, well, now you can connect with people even better.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just see it. If you just integrate everything, you're being the most authentic version of yourself. If you're religious, you're being more like Jesus in your everyday life. And so I really try not to see them as separate things.
Yeah, no, I love that, honestly. I think because, and there's a lot of people who forget that every breath you take is supposed to be a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything you do in your life is supposed to be done for the glory of God.
Yeah.
And so, and I myself forget that all the time when I find myself dreading walking into work. And then it's like, no, I don't have to. I don't have to
Oh.
dread walking into work. And yeah, I really do like the idea of that, because I think it's such a forgotten idea. Not idea, it's a forgotten truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I was going to say something. Forgot what it was. Snap. Okay. It'll come back to me. What else was I going to say?
She tends to do that.
Yeah.
Starts rambling. And,
I
Oh,
know.
no, I
and
like
then
it.
people
It's
forget.
good.
No,
It's
yeah.
good. I was actually going to go off of something she said, but I forgot what it was.
Oh, dreading?
Dreading
Talking
work.
about dreading work, going in dreading work.
Yeah, well, I think balance. I don't know where balance came from. Like, where did that idea even come from of need to have work-life balance? I tried to look it up before I came here. Like, if there's anything in the Bible, I didn't find anything. I didn't dig real deep as far as like, what does God say about work-life balance?
Right.
Is there really something in there? And I also think as far as like going into work and how to even view like work. I was actually listening to something on the way here by this guy named Myron Golden. He's actually like, his whole idea is to teach wealth through scripture, which is two kind of controversial things. Is what the churches have really made controversial. You can't be rich and you can't be, a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not exactly how it is, but that's kind of how they make it out to be.
Right. It's definitely
a touchy subject
For sure.
And so I really like listening to his stuff because it can be so controversial, but at the same time, it's like, wait, he's proven it with scripture right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just a lie that we've kind of told ourselves and believed. But he said, and actually wrote it down, work is not about money. Money's the least valuable thing you can get from work. It's the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So when I was telling y'all my story, when I was kind of going from landscaping to day trading, that's when I stopped working for money, and when I started working for experience.
Yep.
And that's when it really flips the switch, because if you're working for experience, now you have a path towards where you want to go.
Yeah.
And you're getting somewhere. But yeah, those are just a couple of things that I found.
Yeah. I was going to say something too, and I forgot as well.
Man, you guys are incredible today.
Yeah.
No, that's really good, and that makes my gears turn personally, because I'm in a tight spot right now with the direction that I'm choosing to go in my life. And so I don't necessarily have like a concrete plan. I have a 5-year plan that I know is going to happen, and I'm pretty set on that. But after that, I don't really know what to do. And I'm thinking, gosh, we don't know where the world is going to be in 5 years, what stock markets are going to look like, where, inflation and everything else. And I don't want to get political, but it's like, if you're not making some kind of money, you're going to be struggling a little bit. And so that's been my mindset in the last couple of weeks, was like, how can I make the most money to ensure that my wife and my family here are safe and secure. But you have me thinking, I've been going about that the wrong way. I don't need to be making the money. I need to be making the experience, which is also something that I enjoy. I mean, that's why I go to school, is to learn, is to get the experience so that I can use that experience in my day-to-day life, right? Like, we go and we have whoever is going to use calculus ever, but it's good to get that experience,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about the intention,
right?
It's about the heart. I was actually talking to my buddy last night. He's going through a tough time, and I'm like, man, you might be viewing this the wrong way. Like, I think about it this way: you need to prove to yourself, and you need to like work with Jesus, like, as far as how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't need to prove it to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's honestly, your life is not about this other person. It's about you, and it's about Jesus. And if you can work through that, now you can go help other people. Because, if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to help other people? Like, how are you going to give to a charity if you don't have any money?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
How are you going to help that homeless guy that you see every week on the side of the road if you don't really have anything to give him?
Mm-hmm.
And that's another motivation for me to move forward with that. But it's really like you said, it's like, it's what you make your aim.
Right.
If it's like, I need to get money, now now, okay, where's our focus on money?
Mm-hmm.
Is wanting to get money going to make us money, or is it going to just frustrate us?
Wanting to get money is going to be, I need to do what I need to do to get the most amount of money.
Yeah.
It's, okay, I have this plan and I can be making $1 million a year. And
Yeah.
then I'm right before I start, this opportunity comes up and now I could be making $2 million a year.
Yeah.
So I'm scrap the $1 million. I'm going for the $2 million. And then you always get set back because there's always more.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then,
Which is just a big fat invitation for the devil to step in.
yeah. Right.
And say, here's a little bit of greed and here's
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of pride. But also, I was going to say, one thing that I've learned about my life is that you can make all of the plans that you want, and God is going to throw you a big fat curveball, no matter how. Because even, like Angel said, we have a really solid 5-year plan.
Yeah.
And we have a good idea of what we want our life to look like in these next 5 years, and the world get it tomorrow.
That's true. You can get in a world war and everything you planned for your whole life. It doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Then you're really screwed.
Yeah, you could be like, man, we have a really solid plan and how we're going to make money these like upcoming years. And, you know, especially if it's like, we don't know what the world's going to look like. We could start a family and all of these things. And God could come next week. So really, truly, that's just a good, and I mean, it's kind of blunt, but it's a really good reminder of, where's your focus at? Are you living in a way to be financially stable in 5 years? Are you living in a way that you're confident you could get to heaven? You know?
Yeah.
Or at least have some sort of idea of like, okay, yes, I could probably, I could be good with the.
What?
I'm stuttering so bad, and you're just like. Basically, it's just a good reminder, especially for people our age who are in college and are out of college and in work and are thinking about, you know, these upcoming years of their life and where they want to get off.
Mm-hmm.
Is your career God driven or money driven? And I think that's a really important question, especially because the way that our economy looks and works right now. But we're not going to get into that.
That's a big topic. Yeah, a lot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to touch on that, I forgot I was going to say again. Yeah.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Sorry, I just struggled through a majority of what I just said, so it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I am in agreement with everything you said. I don't really have. Good job. I guess if we wanted to shift gears a little bit, unless I think you could remember.
No, it's fine. It'll come back.
When we were talking about this, you mentioned, quote, let me pull it up. Gamifying life.
Yes.
I have a solid idea of what I'm certain you mean by that, but she was like, what the heck? So could you expand on that?
I would love to. Yeah. This is a concept I've been implementing into my life for about a year now. And it's definitely a journey as well. And it's just another way for me to, you know, take that balance thing that we're talking about and just throw away the whole idea of balance and just integrate everything. And the way I got it was, I just remember coming up a video on YouTube. And I use YouTube as a university. People ask me where I go to college, because I'm 19. I say YouTube University, and they get a good laugh out of it. But I will say that's where I got my degree from. I'm messing with it. Really, it is. And I remember a video came up and it was like, how to turn your life into a video game. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. And that's actually where he pulled out his journal, and it's like a graph journal, and it had a bunch of boxes filled in. I'm like, okay, this is different. And I was like, well, let's see what this is about. So this is what I call gamifying your life, and it's really turning your life into a video game. I don't know if y'all played a lot of video games. I see a PS5 right there. Yeah. But
some.
If you ever played any first-person shooters or anything like that, where you're playing against other people live, you're gonna notice that there's a lot of maybe like mental programming to, I don't know if that's the right word either. There's a lot of pressure, but in a good way, to become the best you can at that video game. You know, your friend sees you got this really cool armor. You're like, man, that's cool. And you feel good for having it. And now you're even better at the game. You're constantly trying to level up your character so you can impress your buddies, so you can win, so you can get even better at the game. And that's kind of where I took that concept. And think about it, like, everyone knows how to succeed in a video game. When you put a lot of time in, you work on yourself, you self-invest, and you keep going. But how often do we take that same concept and throw it into our own lives and say, okay, let's just throw away all the emotion of life, and maybe not throw it away completely, but like, you know, take a step back and just be still and figure out, what do I need to do in my life to get to where I want to go? What are the levels to that, and how am I going to do that? And so that's where I really, really taken that concept, and every month I try to make one of these, but I will say I haven't been the most consistent. So it's, for those of you, I mean, I guess y'all can't see it, for those of you who are listening, but pretty much it's kind of like graph paper. There's columns of boxes, but this is actually something that me and Gianna started doing together. I thought it was cool. This is actually the first month we did it. So that column right there is the habits that I'm trying to track.
Okay.
And what that does is it's kind of like a scorekeeper. I always tell people when I show people this, if there's one habit you want to keep, it's this habit. Because if you keep this one habit, you keep all the other habits that you have inside of it. So like, for example, some of the habits I have in here is diets, sales training, read my Bible. Like, and if you just put those things in here and you just track it, nobody wants to get an X in that box.
Yeah.
Like you see these X's in this box?
Yeah. I
don't feel good about that. Now that's on my record for last year in August of last year. And I got 6 X's that month. But that's pretty good to be that consistent. And that's part of gamifying my life. And every day I write down one sentence to kind of summarize a day. So like, I can read this sentence, and if I never read this sentence, I would have completely forgotten about the day. But if I read this sentence, oh, Gianna came over, we had a great day together. Wow. Or just small things like that. Like that, you just remember one sentence. Left for summer conference too. That was when I was in Cutco, and we went to the summer conference. And it's just like, it just brings back things, and it's super simple. It takes like 2 minutes to fill out every day. Probably less than that, to be honest. And you know, just each night I fill it in, and it really just keeps me in check as far as my habits, because I know there's certain things I have to do every single day to feel like I'm progressing and to know I'm progressing. And this really keeps that in check. And so I actually brought some papers for y'all. So y'all could start.
Oh, there you go.
That's
the salesperson coming out. I actually brought this.
Well, y'all don't have to buy anything yet.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you guys to take a couple minutes to invest in yourself.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And I
might take a picture of it after when we're done to post. Just if anyone listening is like, what are they talking about? You know, just for an example.
Exactly.
That's cool.
I like that. And and you can track whatever you want. Like this is me tracking what time I wake up every morning.
Dang.
So that's a graph. Now this is the time, these are the days. So now I can see, oh snap, it's been pretty rough. But one day I woke up at 4 a.m. and that built momentum for me to wake up at 5 a.m. for the last like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. So gamifying your life, I'm telling you, it's a whole. For me, it's a really big deal. And actually, when I went to training at Navarre, Grant Navarre, Ryan's brother, started saying "gamify your life," and I'm like, I'm just thinking in my head, I've been doing this already.
Yeah.
But it really creates this healthy, really healthy way of creating streaks. Winning streaks is one way to talk about it. But I like to call it stacking W's, stacking wins.
Yeah.
So if you can stack as many W's as early as you can, you're going to have a really good day.
Yeah.
A lot of people, which tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like a lot of people, they wake up, they open their phone and they scroll.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And then they go straight to work. There's no preparation for the day whatsoever.
No. Yeah.
Just wake up and go. And I think that's a gamble. 100% a gamble, because now you go into your day and you have no preparation. You didn't read your Bible. There's no foundation. There's no like, okay, did I take time for myself? Did I really try to clear my mind and try to be best I can? Okay, did I pray? Did I talk to God? Did I tell God my worries? Did I ask him if there's anything I need to do? Like, and if you never do that, now you're going into your day and you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when something happens? Like, you won't go back to God, and you won't go back to that because you didn't even start with it. Like, why would you go back to that?
No, that's like the best thing ever. Yeah, I mean, you have to wake up, and the first thing you have to do is, and that's how I was raised, was wake up and then hit your knees on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, and even if it's for 2 minutes, you know, not, you know, it's just a saying. You don't actually have to get on your knees and pray if you don't have the time, but, you know, get up and start your morning with some coffee and your prayers.
Yeah.
You know, and just start your morning off right. You know, check that first box. Make that first W or whatever you're saying.
Stack that first W.
Stack that first W. And I mean, start your day off right, because I mean, if you just wake up first thing, get on your phone, start scrolling, well, then you're not paying attention to time, and then you're not letting your brain wake up.
Yeah.
And you're not able to focus on anything the rest of the day, because you're in a soggy kind of mood.
Yeah.
You know, versus getting up. I mean, eat a healthy breakfast, you know. Maybe, I don't know, some people like to go for a quick jog in the morning before they, you know, and say your prayers, and then, you will have the best of days to follow.
Yep. No, you're in control of your day. You got in control of it.
For sure.
Yeah. So this is just a way for me to keep my my score.
Yeah.
It's just like in a video game. Like, you got a certain score. You got a rank.
Yeah.
And then these are some of the ones that I've been keeping up this month. Bible, prayer, exercise, read, and journal. And, you know, I knock those things out. Those first things I do every day.
Yeah.
And now I've got 5 wins of the best things anyone can do every single day. I mean, if you can read your Bible, if you can pray, and you can exercise every single day, dude, you're living the life.
Oh, for sure.
Like, that's the good stuff. Everything after that, it's just extra.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, I got to work. I'm in a great mood. I've worked on myself. I worked on relationship with God. Now let's go, like, help some other people, you know, feel better about their day and hype them up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the gamify my life type of deal. Does that make more sense?
Yes. When you first told me that, I was like, is he talking about like romanticizing? Is that like the boy version? Yeah.
Which is
I was like, is that like the boy
really
version of when a girl is like, it's okay, I'm just gonna romanticize this? But no, not really. Not at all, actually.
Yeah.
No, I really like that. And I think, I think that there's...
No, yeah.
Can you cut it out? Yeah, that's just one of the...
Go ahead.
No, I'm on the struggle bus this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But
did you drink your coffee? Did you say your prayers?
I did.
Good.
And that's one of the things is, in high school, I would wake up at 5 a.m. every day. And because I knew that I had to make time for those things. And I knew that if I didn't, like, my mood would deteriorate immediately. And I knew that if I didn't build a foundation for my day, then there was nothing to build off of, and it was going to fall no matter what.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the things that happen around you are kind of inevitable sometimes. And if you don't have something to fall back on, like God, then you're going to fall, and it's not going to be fun. And, so even now that I don't have like a structured, 8-hour school day, and now I have a work day, or like a school day, it's a little bit harder sometimes, but also I think with that comes a really great opportunity, because now that I have to like create my own schedule, it's my responsibility to create time for that.
Mm-hmm.
And, whereas like I was privileged enough to go to a Catholic high school to where, I was able to talk about my faith in the classroom, and I was able to attend Mass on Wednesdays, and then they would have adoration and things like that. But now that I'm in college and we have good resources like the Catholic Center, I have to be able to like set aside time for those things. And but I think that's a really, really great way of I pointed at his graph book. I forget if you can see us. I think that that's a really great way of also creating a good habit, but also it's just fun. Like everybody wants to, I haven't met a single person who is like, I genuinely do not want to feel productive. Like everybody wants to feel like they're doing something good and right. And so I think that that's a really good way of keeping track of what you're doing, but also you're able to look at your progress and see like, wow, I did this good. Like I did good at this today, and this is maybe where I didn't do as good, but look, I did that good the other day, so I know I'm capable of doing good. You know, I think that's a really good way of doing that, and I think that more people should look into that, myself included.
What's measured will be managed.
Yes.
That's what they say. Have you ever heard that?
I have not, but it is true.
Yes. Yeah, it's just a really good way. And I love that you said foundation, because it really is foundation for the day. And that's what's so important. It's daily. It's a daily battle. You know, it's renewing your mind daily. Mm-hmm. And Paul goes into that. I don't remember the exact verse, but gosh, what does he say? It's like renewing your mind.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember exactly how he words it or phrases it.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's gamify your life.
Yeah, and you have
not romanticizing.
not romanticizing. Not at all what I thought that you meant. And then you just roll up with some graphs and stuff. I was like, oh,
yeah. I didn't want to spoil it. I didn't want to tell you too much over it.
I know. Well, you texted me and you're like, we'll get into that later, and I was like,
yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I wanted y'all to be really curious, be like, what in the world?
Yeah, I was curious
because I'll introduce this idea to people. And they're like, no, that's dumb. But like, I never really explained it in the way that I did for y'all.
Yeah.
Because, who's going to give you 10 minutes to explain something?
Right.
Not many people are going to hear gamify your life. And they're like, that's dumb.
Right.
My little brother, Joel, actually, he's so awesome. I love all my siblings. But Joel's always like, hey, Enoch, you want to play video games with me? I'm like, Joel, why do I need to play video games? My life's a game.
Yeah.
he makes fun of me for saying it, but
it's fun. It's fun.
But, okay, in a sense, if you could say, Andrew and I kind of got into a debate about this the other night.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About your topic?
It was your fault.
Oh,
he was like, we're going to talk about gamifying your life. And I was like, that's definitely the boy version of romanticizing.
Which, explain if they don't know.
Yeah, so, okay, well, there's a way that I romanticize things, but it's basically whenever you're stuck in a situation that is not ideal or fun, which oftentimes is a lot at this age, a way to make it better is to, like, quote unquote romanticize it, which I incorporate my faith into it. Not everybody does. But a way to do that is like, and I would do this often as a kid. If I didn't want to do something, I'd be like, okay, Mom told me I had to sweep the kitchen. I could sweep the kitchen and be miserable, or I could pretend to be Cinderella, and I could pretend to be a princess. And I know the story of Cinderella, and I know that she is all right in the end. So, like, I'm just going to sweep the kitchen, but I'm a beautiful princess. And so, therefore, it makes the situation better.
Yeah.
And so that's what I thought you were kind of talking about, but just like the guy version of like, gamifying your life. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's the boy version of romanticizing.
Well, to be fair, it's honestly kind of the same thing.
Pretty close.
It's pretty close when you think about it. Everyone wants to play the video game, but nobody wants to go sweep the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody will do the boring stuff in video games, and it's fun because it's a video game.
Yeah.
But when you take it into real life, it's like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't want to do this.
It's like, even as a kid, I'd be like, all right, I have to do this schoolwork. I know Hermione Granger is really smart, and I know that she's really cool and she's a wizard. I can pretend to be her in this moment, and it actually makes the situation seem better. And I'm not now in my dining room, I'm at Hogwarts, and, my brother is Harry.
That was my example, by the way.
Yeah,
I like that. This is good.
Yeah. But
I felt very, very proud of myself.
Yeah, you did. But so whenever he said Gamify, I just was like, oh, they just found a new term for it because they're guys.
I mean, that's actually pretty close to it. That's a good guess. Now that you explain it, I'm like, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought you meant romanticize it as in like make it romantic.
Right.
As in like with a partner. And I'm like, I didn't get it at first.
Yeah.
But just the idea of like putting like a pretty rose-colored lens on situations that aren't necessarily like fun or ideal. I still find myself like if I'm like, okay, I really don't want to go to class this morning. It's like actually I could make a lot of light out of this.
It's a good thing, and it's a good trait to have because man, every day I talk to people at work, and if you pay attention to the way people say things, you realize how negative everyone is.
Yes.
I have to go to work. I have to move my stuff from my house to my apartment. I have to do this. I'm like, no, you get to.
It's a privilege.
It's a privilege.
Yeah.
Like,
not everybody has a job.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
Not everybody has the opportunity to be able to move out of an apartment to a house.
Yeah.
And it's getting into that state of gratitude.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And we've had a whole episode about that, how gratitude really.
Have we?
Yes.
It gets hard to keep track. I'm sorry.
You're gonna need to have
I was just thinking.
a podcast track.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Good.
And just
good.
Just write down the main point of the episode.
Yeah.
This guy came on and talked about this.
Reference it.
True. And he just said, he was like gratitude. And I was like, man, we need to have an episode on that. And she's like, we did.
Catherine Parody.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So when y'all told me about it, I'm like, I haven't been listening to that as much as I should be.
Uh-oh.
So I started listening to some episodes.
Cool.
The Faith Over Fear episode. I started listening.
Oh
to that was good. I was like, man, I was taking some notes on some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't remember this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, gratitude. I actually use that in sales. Like I see sales as spiritual.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a spiritual thing. So like if I can get into a state of gratitude, it helps me so much more connect with the customer. If I'm thankful, if I tell them what I'm like, hey, I'm so glad you're here. Like this is a great place to be. We're gonna take great care of you. Like now they're like, well, this guy is really nice. I like this guy. I want to be around him more.
Cool.
And it's like also for some people, maybe buying a car isn't gonna be their favorite, most looking forward to experience.
Yeah.
You know, you could be the reason that someone leaves the lot and says like, wow, I'm really grateful that was so easy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really grateful that was a nice person instead of someone who was hasty and kind of harsh or rude and just was trying to get money in their pocket.
Right.
So, yeah. And I think that also for life in general, but even your faith life, your work life, I mean, all of it, gratitude is so important for each and every one of those because even the littlest thank you creates just a field of optimism. And I think that is something that we totally lack today is people who are positive and who are optimistic and who are hopeful about things.
Yep.
Especially hope. Hope is so lost. It's so easy for people to give up these days, and it's so scary. It's so scary to watch somebody just completely give up on something. Like, no, like there are reasons as to why we face all of these different things, and it's because we're required to have hope and faith in everything. And I'm sure that you have to see that in your work where it's like, okay, maybe you didn't meet as many sales as you wanted.
Yeah.
That's okay. You're hopeful for the next month. You're hopeful for the next time. Or it's like, okay, maybe I didn't do as well on this test that I wanted to, or this lecture didn't go over as well as I wanted to. I'm not really getting it. That's okay. I'll watch a YouTube video. I'll get a tutor, and I'm going to be hopeful. Like, you know what? I didn't pray. My spiritual life I didn't really prioritize that today. That's okay. I'm going to be hopeful that tomorrow is going to be better, and I'm going to try for better.
Yeah.
That's something that's also just so lost today, and something that's so crazy important.
So everybody gives up.
Yeah.
They have commitment issues. That's why what is the divorce rate? Like 50%? Something like that.
Ooh. Is it?
In California, it's like 70, I believe.
Well, that's California.
Yeah.
Down in the stout. Oh my gosh! I'm stuttering so bad.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's that's a big thing, especially in sales. You have to have hope.
Oh yeah.
You have to have hope.
We had Braden and Grace and Johnson talk about hope. I do remember that one.
The Hope Brothers.
Yeah, they were good, man.
No, that I did listen to that one. That one, I definitely was very interested in that one.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, that was a good episode. That was forever ago. Last year.
Well, I mean, it feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've been going for almost an hour now. I know you got places to be. I know it didn't feel like it.
Oh, I mean, I'll see what else we got. If you got some more questions, I'd be happy to go into them.
I think I covered all the bases. I know I sent you a lot of questions, but like I said, with the flow of how the conversations would go, I was pretty confident that we would cover them without me even having to ask. So if you have anything else to share, we can go into
some
that.
Final notes, things you want to reemphasize, all that jazz.
Yeah. I mean, the morning routine, I would suggest everyone implement that.
Oh, for sure.
If there's one thing you do, it needs to be you take care of your relationship with God, and you take care of yourself. After that, people will respect you so much more if you do those two things first. Like for y'all, if Andrew takes care of himself first, he can show it for you 10 times better.
Yeah.
And the same true for you to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really powerful way to view life.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, absolutely.
Number one habit, the habit tracker. You can either try to keep 20 habits at a time, or you can try to keep one habit that has 20 habits inside of it. I think that way sounds way easier.
Yeah, this is true.
And maybe I'll go into that on my Instagram, how to do a habit tracker. I've been thinking about doing a little reel on that. That way people can really learn how to do it. Yeah,
we're gonna tag you in our Instagram, so if people listen, then we'll go
perfect.
Check you out. Maybe you can sell them a car. Maybe sell me a car. I'm in the market.
Oh, I did have one more thing I wanted to show y'all.
Yeah.
I think journaling is really important, and that's kind of what the habit tracker is. But at the same time, the habit tracker's not necessarily surface level, but it doesn't really dive deep because you get one sentence to journal. But in my personal journal, I actually saw this on Instagram. I know I doom scroll sometimes, but my doom scrolling, what I do is I call them scrolling sessions, and I'll pull up my notebook and I'll take notes on the videos.
Interesting.
That because they're good videos.
Yeah.
Of people who are doing very, very great things.
Man, my Instagram lately, not that this matters to anything at all, has just been filled with some stupid Hamilton trend.
Oh man,
I think it's my fault.
You gotta say it's not interesting. Somebody got on your phone, man.
I know, and I think I know who it was.
They messed up your algorithm, man. Yeah. So.
Anyways.
So there's this another habit I've been trying to keep up, which is it's really just it's all about learning what clicks for you, what makes you tick every day, what gets you in a good mood, what do you do in each day to show Jesus in your life, what are you doing each day to help other people, but one thing that three questions I ask myself is what drained my energy, what filled me with enthusiasm, and what did I learn about myself.
For that day specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
Every day.
Yeah.
I did it for 30 days one time. And then at the end of the 30 days, you go look back, you spend 20 minutes reviewing every single day. And then at the end of the month, you say, okay, what filled me with enthusiasm this month? What filled me with enthusiasm? What drained my energy this month? And what did I learn about myself this month? And you kind of summarize, what happened this month that is consistently. And I've noticed there's certain things, me being around negative people, it drains my energy.
Yep.
Eating bad food, it drains my energy. And it's you learn stuff about yourself that you may have never learned and you may not be conscious about.
Yeah,
right.
I'm sure.
Which consciousness is a whole nother deal, but I'll kind of just go into that real quick. But it's the reason all this stuff's so important is because if you're not conscious about what you're doing and what you're missing, there's no way for you to get better. So if you don't do anything, you're now unconsciously incompetent, which this is something that kind of the bars taught us, but it's from other people. They just kind of relayed the message to us when they trained us. It's not okay to be it's okay to be unconsciously incompetent. But there's four stages. There's unconsciously incompetent. There's consciously incompetent. There's unconsciously competent. And then there's consciously competent.
Okay, got it. Like a box.
Yes, if that helps you.
I see. Got it.
Yeah. So it's not okay to be consciously incompetent, because now you're doing something wrong, and you're not doing anything about it. And that's what's so powerful about journaling and praying, and then even just like knowing what you're doing every day, like the habit tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you know, now you can fix it. If you don't fix it, that's 100% your fault. So now it's 100% accountability and responsibility for all your actions and the way you feel and the way you treat people.
Yep.
Everything. So it's just, that's kind of me.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a really good way to think about that.
When I said box, I meant like
you want to fight?
like a like a grid too, but you know, and you have like four squares, and then like on this side it's conscious, and then unconscious, and then on the top it's incompetent or competent, and then they all kind of like in the middle, whatever. That's what I meant by box.
Absolutely.
That's
a good visual image.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, before we ended, you brought up St. Paul earlier, talking about renewing your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I found the verse, and crazy enough, this is how good God is. When we started, we had said that the book of Romans, chapter 12, was kind of an overall baseline of what we want this podcast to be. And this is from Romans 12, verse 2.
Wow.
Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will.
Yeah.
So just wanted
That's crazy.
It is crazy. Just wanted to throw that out there since it was brought up.
That's exactly what happens in the workplace, man.
Yeah.
I renew my mind every day so that way I don't conform. To the way of the world.
Of the world. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I think we're done here.
Yeah. That's everything. Y'all have any other questions? Anything you want to add?
We don't, but if you do, other than that, if you'd like to pray us out, I think it'd be great. I thank you for again driving all this way. Sorry we couldn't record at our typical location, but
thank you for having me, man. This is fun. I like this.
Great, awesome.
All right, well, let's go. All right, dear Lord, thank you for Andrew and Cecilia and for what they're doing. This is really a great way to just help people in general and to spread your word. It's cool to see two people pushing to put out your message, and even just they invite a new guest almost every week, I believe, where they just want to hear from people and they're genuinely curious. They want to learn more. So I appreciate you for putting them in my life and putting them in everyone else's life. I also pray that you bless this message and that it only helps people and that hopefully nobody takes it the wrong way or takes anything personally. But I just pray that you bless it and that I have a safe trip home and that Angie and Celia are safe as well. In my prayer, amen.
Amen. Well, thank you, Enoch. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
All righty.